number 24, Cody Wilson. Thank you, parents.
Welcome back home here in Piedmont, South Carolina for senior night. And, of course, David, this is a non-region game, but just a big moment here tonight as it is senior night for a lot of these guys and a lot of this starting lineup tonight for the Canes.
Yeah, big night. It was always the roughest ball game of the year as a coach. Most years. Some years it was a good day. But very rarely was that the case. But the good thing about tonight is it's not a region game. It'll take these guys about an inning or two to kind of get it into grips, especially with the emotional show that we had tonight with our honoring our fallen soldiers would be appropriate.
Big parts of this ball club.
Yeah, and I had planned to get here, but I'll be honest with you, I'm just emotional anyway right now, and to see this is just it's a great honor.
Yes, of course, we do honor the memories of those two ladies here for the Canes Ball Club. Canes coming in 13-6, Eastside coming in 6-13. Last time the Canes went to Eastside, they lost on a walk-off game 3-2, David, where it was kind of a weird part of the season. The Canes were on a tear in the region, but went to play their first non-region game and lost in a walk-off fashion.
Yeah, and if you go back to that night, that's when the Hurricanes came right back here to this field, and they practiced after that game. And go back to also, and I think you'll see some things that happened following that game, and we got on quite a tear. But Scott's got a good ball club. I mean, he's always going to have a good ball club. Of course, state champion not too long ago, and he'll have them ready. I think he's maybe younger than he's been, but Hurricanes want to rebound, I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, talking about a rebound, the Canes have lost 3 of the last 4, 2 to Spartanburg, 1 to BHP. So tonight's going to be big for the Canes to get some momentum before Thursday, where they'll go play the Bears and Anderson more than likely if the Bears can handle business against the Tigers. But they'll look to the lefty and Josh Smith, a senior on the mound, who they've looked to a lot in non-region matchups this year, including the Greenville Drive game. But he's looked good every single time he's touched the mound, David.
Yeah, and again, go back. It's senior night. They got to get the mojos over, and for some of these guys, it is emotional. And they get those in, and Josh will set in. Josh will do a good job tonight for the Hurricanes. Hopefully, he'll have that dominant stuff where he works in and out. And hey, we need to get off to a good start here on this senior night. Maybe don't have that hangover from the other night, and just go ahead and get out early and do something special here tonight.
Yeah, right before National Anthem, the Kansas seniors, Hayden Porter, Cody Wilson, Jackson Wilmore, Ben Gambrell, Judd Ellison, Jacob Allen, and Carson Goodell, as we'll be right back. Welcome right back. As I was saying before, was rushes. David, this is, as I said a couple times, a senior studded lineup. Got them everywhere here tonight.
Yeah, 8 out of the 9 starters. The only one that is not. No. Wait a minute. I'll take that back. We had 8, but we can't start all 8 of them. I take that back. We of course we got. Well, let's just go across. Carson Goodell in left field. That's a center. Ben Gambrell in center field. That's a senior. And Judd Ellison in right field. That's a senior. Jackson Whitmore at third base. That is a senior. At shortstop, freshman Grayson Austin. At second base, Hayden Porter, senior as well. Over at first base, Jacob Allen, junior. And behind the plate, Cody Wilson, senior. And on the mound, Josh Smith, senior left-handed pitcher.
And at some point tonight, I would be very shocked if we didn't see number 7 and J.J. McKinney hit the mound at some point tonight.
Yeah, you're going to see him. You're going to see every senior tonight in some form or fashion playing, not just pitch running or whatnot. I mean, you'll see him in some form or fashion getting some playing time.
Yeah, games like this as Josh Smith started, usually it kind of goes Smith, McKinney, and Allen. See if that switched up at all. Now as the Eagles come in, they've went on a little cold streak ever since they beat the Canes. Of course, they'll start out with Dalton Smart at the top of the lineup. But, David, this is still a very talented ball club, last year's 4A state champions.
Yeah, I mean, they're still talented. They got talent. I just go ahead and get out of the way. Their head coach is one of my best friends in the world. I mean, he and I played ball together back into the 1900s, and he's still over there and got a lot of stories about Scott, but just a good dude, man. He's one of my favorite people. And then Lynn Sanders over on first base side. So 2 good fellas there. Just hate they going to anyway play us tonight because I love them, but for about 2
got to get a win tonight.
2 hours, we got to get a win. Yeah. We got to get a dub.
Josh Smith will start off against Dalton Smart. He'll start off with a strike, and welcome back the scoreboard tonight as we've upgraded a little Wi-Fi situation. So hopefully no lagging tonight as Smith starts it out at 0-1. Goes right back at him. It's a pop-up in the right field. Looks like it's fading foul and is. So quickly 0-2 for Josh Smith, the third baseman Dalton Smart. Of course, Judd Ellison, a senior, tracking that ball in right field. As Smith looks for the first punch out of the top of the first against the Eastside Eagles. Gets him swinging. 3 pitches, 1 out for number 6 here in the top of the first. With that breaking ball, we'll bring up the DH, Peter Mershon. Smith looking for a quick 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the first. Get the Canes bats going here at home. Coming off that loss against the Bears. Into the windup for 6. Trying to find that outside. Starts him off with the ball 1-0. Sun coming at us from the east. It'll fade sooner than later. Smith goes back to work. Gets that breaking ball in for strike 1 to even it up.
Big Gordon behind the plate tonight. As you heard.
Familiar face.
Yeah, as you heard, they made sure that they knew I was in the ball part tonight. When I was like, look at him, got on his blue breeches.
Talking to your father upstairs, he made a mention that this is the same crew. Should be an interesting one. Hopefully not. 2-1 count to Mershon. The King trying to make quick work.
By the way, the Mershons don't lack in the ability to have baseball players. I'll tell you that right now. Looking for his dad. I just thought about that.
Falls behind 2-2 to the lefty for the Canes. Josh looking for 2 strikeouts here on the top of the first.
Not a very quick pace to the game. It's kind of...
Into the windup, throws that breaking ball, ground ball right where Porter usually is on second base. So it'll be a hit for Mr. Mershon and the Eagles.
Do you notice how quiet it is?
Yes.
I told you it'd take an inning or 2 to kind of get it revved. It's just an eerie, odd feeling.
Emotional night.
Yeah, and so hopefully we'll settle in here.
Hopefully the Canes don't let the Eagles get some damage here in the top of the first as the lefty comes set and deals. Ball 1.
Yeah, just a little bit of hide outside there. Not by much, but we keep telling Gordon how wonderful he is, he might give us that here in a minute.
In the box for the Eagles is Lane Schrader, the second baseman. Pick off to first to take a look at Mershon. He's back safely.
I don't know if you noticed it, but when they lined up for the national anthem, maybe a player or two more dressed tonight.
Does look like a bigger club tonight.
With a big game coming up on Thursday, you get as many arms as you can without using your dog arms. So,
yeah. Got to keep them warm and loose for Thursday night. A big one. Anderson University, if the Bears handle business, of course.
If they don't,
we're going to have some trouble. As that one's in for a strike.
If they don't, then
the world is.
ESPN will probably be here tomorrow with the biggest upset in America in the history of athletic events.
Top of the first, one out, man on the first is Mershon, 1-2 count. Smith deals, goes outside for ball 2.
Yeah, y'all better do a darn good job on Thursday night. I'll be up in the Wisconsin. First trip up there, yippee-yi-yay. But I'll be watching.
Should be a fun one.
Yeah, y'all. You know what? I was going to say we could pipe me in and I could just
2-2 count. Smith gets a swing for out number 2.
But it'll be delayed just a little bit. So
yeah,
I would say, like right there, that strikeout.
David would freak out a couple of seconds later.
I would just be like, "There's a strikeout."
Gregory Bryant steps into the box. Lefty-lefty matchup here with 2 outs on the top of the first.
Look for Mershon to kind of get in motion here. Irwin kind of comes from the same coaching tree and some of the same philosophies. He might not, but Coach Bray, our Legion coach, where him and I played together for 3 years, if it was 2 outs, even as slow as I was, he was sending me, and I'm like, Coach, come on, bro, this is going to be embarrassing.
That pitch low to make it 2-0 quickly.
But people give me a hard time because my son, in 7th grade, of course, has really good speed.
Faster than you already.
No, he's been faster than me. And everybody's like, "Where'd you get your speed from?" I'm like, "Not from Daddy."
Comes from the other side of the family.
Yeah, that's where his height and everything. Speed and no to go.
Smith comes set, 2-0 count. Mershon does look to take off. Throw down from Wilson's high. And Mershon's in with a stolen base here on the top of the first.
See?
David's right. 3-0 count. Now Smith threatening to walk Mr. Bryant. Here on the top of the first with 2 outs. Austin giving Mershon some noise at second. Time called from Bryant in the box.
Now, Eastside lost a lot of dogs last year. Goodness gracious, the pitching staff they had. Scott's son was the catcher. I mean, they lost a lot off of last year's state championship team.
That one's in the dirt. Bryant will work a walk. Yeah, former 4A state champions. A little step back this year, but still, of course, like you said earlier, talented ball club.
Oh, they'll be back. I can promise you that, good buddy.
Angel Garrido steps into the box.
Oh, beautiful baseball name.
Left fielder for the Eagles. With a man in scoring position, Mr. Mershon, first and second. 2 outs for the lefty on the mound for the Canes. Pickoff move almost caught Mershon messing with the helmet.
Yeah, that was the old. Well, anyway, I'll just say that was a pickoff.
Smith went to play with the jersey, hat a little bit. Nothing near the top of the first, looking for out number 3. Smith deals, goes outside for ball 1.
So, most of these guys now are playing with the oven mitts or the mitts on to keep their wrist from being basically broken. And that's what he was messing with out there. And I think if I played, I would just go to Walmart.
Smith comes set, deals, goes right back at him. Bumped out of play for strike number 1.
I think I would just go to Walmart and I'd buy me an oven mitt, and then I would take a ruler and put that ruler inside the oven mitt.
Yeah.
Be the same thing.
It would be the same thing, but not really. It's a little different.
Why wouldn't it? I wouldn't have $75 invested in it.
Smith deals, goes low with a breaking ball, 2-1. It would work.
It's going to be a long night.
Yeah. 2-1 count. This top of the first is kind of felt like trying to think of what game I'm thinking about. I want to say it's the Spartanburg game 1 here at home. Smith comes set, 2 outs, looking for out number 3 in a 2-1 count. That one's sliced in the left field. Goodell charging. Eastside will send him home as a throw to the plate will be late, and the Eagles strike first here in the top of the first to make it 1-0.
Center fielder racing.
Well, leave the ball up. Those kind of things are going to happen. Again, got to work down. Especially Josh has got to work down. So scratch the board first here, top of the first inning. Again, just hold on, get all the emotion out, and then we'll start playing ball here shortly.
That RBI single from Angel Garrido for the Eagles as Grayson 4 steps in the box and takes strike 1. The start kind of looks a little bit like that BHP game last week, 1-0. Some people on base here in the top of the first with 2 outs. Smith comes set and deals, goes low for strike number 2. Nice comeback at bat for Josh Smith. So 0-2, looking for out number 3 in strikeout form. He's already got 2. Smith deals, goes breaking ball and gets him to swing at it. The Canes do give up 1 on 2 hits, but bats look to awake here in the bottom of the first on senior night. Back here at home, and the Canes will start it off as they usually do. Of late, the senior, number 4, second base, the Maverick, Hayden Porter, looking to get things started here for the Canes in the bottom of the first.
Porter.
Yeah, and Hayden's mom was one that we honored today. We lost her last year, and Michelle, and Ms. Porter was a great lady. Blair's a great father, and just a great family. Truly are. And of course, you've seen Hayden, just as they say in the country, just good people.
Plays with a lot of passion, does fours. He started out with a strike, lifts one in to no man's land, and no one's going to get to it with a leadoff single for 4 here on senior night as he's 1 for 1.
Boy, that ball was roped. That come off the bat at 104 miles per hour.
Hey, that's what you want to do right there. Find where no one's at and put it right there as the freshman shortstop steps into the box in Grayson Austin. He had a nice game against the Bears. A couple nice at-bats, working 3-2. Couple big walks. He looks for the bunt.
So right there, that ball's in the top of the zone. You got to pull that back. That's not one that you're going to really get a good bunt on. So that's all right. Grayson's smart baseball player. Just that's one at the top of the zone. What you want to do, Blake, in this situation when you're bunting, you're going to put the bat at the top of the zone. All right. Anything goes above that, that's a no.
He'll pull back and take a hack at it quickly. 0-2 for the freshman. Looked like he tried to slash that one. Thought about it a little too late. So 0-2 for Matthew Connor and the Eagles. He'll come set, take a look at Porter, and deal. Goes high and inside for ball 1.
So you see here on the arm of the pitcher, he's getting it out where you can see the baseball. Watch how it extends and comes out and boom, there he goes. So see what the Hurricanes can do with him here.
Awesome. Like I said, was able to work a lot of nice at-bats against the Bears. Working one here. Got down 0-2 quickly. Now worked it back to 2-2. And he takes one to left field, and back-to-back singles for the Canes. We'll have them at first and second with Cody Wilson stepping to the box. Another senior for the Canes. This feels like a big moment at the bottom of the first.
Back-to-back. Don't talk back.
Already matched the Eagles with 2 hits. Now you get your, let's say, meat of the order with Wilson, Whitmore, and Gambrell coming up.
What do you think the chances of him bunting are?
I usually don't like to say high, but last time I said high, he did bunt. That one's outside. So we know Randy is not afraid to bunt and try to get a run here in the bottom of the first, especially with men on first and second with no one out.
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to.
Wilson takes a nice hack of that one to make it 1-1. It sails foul.
That hit John Brown's cow over there.
1-1 countdown here in the bottom of the first. Austin and Porter started off with 2 singles to center and left field. Wilson trying to do the same thing. That one's low for ball 2. It's against the Bears. He had 2. One big rip. The other one was a line out to center. But, of course, had some nice at-bats against the Bears as well.
Yeah, I don't.
And he takes that one to center field. It's fading back to the center fielder, and he is there for the Eagles, but Porter will tag and head to third, and that'll put him on the corners for the Canes with 1 out.
He gave that ball a ride. Oh, my gosh, he gave that ball a ride. I thought it had a chance.
It's shocking that Wilson doesn't have a homer this year.
Yeah. Well, here's the kicker about it. I don't know if you remember. I can't remember what game it was. We were talking about he wasn't having the greatest night. He was still 2 for 4 that night.
He's been able to come back when he started off cold. That one a nice rip to lead it off. Another senior third baseman, Jackson Whitmore. Of course, all the family in Florida and Buffalo.
Yippee-yi-yay.
Tuned in tonight. He takes one, grounds it into the dirt. Third baseman can't get it for the Eagles, so that's going to have him loaded for Ben Gambrell here in the bottom of the first.
And that's the kind of things I know that drive Scott absolutely crazy. And he telling the dugout, that's young mistakes right there. Third baseman's got to take charge there. That's his ball. That's his ball all the way. That's basically what Scott's telling him. That's your ball. Take it. Now they got him bases juiced up here where Gamby coming up.
Ben Gambrell has been good in bases loaded opportunities. He'll foul that one off. First one, of course, hit the grand slam walk-off, but against the Bears, worked a walk, scored the Canes a run. He's had some quality at-bats and pressure moments. Another one here with one out. Connor comes set, takes a look at second base, and delivers. Goes breaking ball. Gambrell to third base. Throw home is in time. No play at first. So that'll have him 2 outs with the bases still juiced here in the bottom of the first as the Eagles try to work out of a jam. We'll also bring up the senior right fielder and ace pitcher for the Canes and Judd Ellison.
Right fielder, Judd Ellison.
Canes with 2 hits. Of course, 1 error for the Eagles.
God. I am going to be in trouble, and I'm going to be in trouble, and I apologize now. I'm not. I got my mind on other things. That's not Gordon. That's Steve Cooper. What in the world was I thinking? I know Cooper all my life. I don't know about this.
Cooper comes set, delivers, gets a strike called past.
So Cooper behind the plate, Cooper on the mound. We get Cooper in center field. We'll have Coop all through the middle.
Bottom of the first, Canes trying not to strand them all in the pond. That one's found back quickly, 1-2 to 23. But if we know anything about 23, can work this count quickly.
Yeah, need to answer back here. Just get that one back.
Canes had him loaded with 1 out. Had 2 on with no 1 out. Now Juice with 2 outs. That one's grounded up the middle. Second baseman can't make the play. The Canes will score Austin, and here comes Jackson Whitmore to score 2 as Judd Ellison gets a 2-run RBI single for the Canes.
All right. I need this fella right here to get some confidence. Come on. Need him to get some confidence right here.
David is talking to Jacob Allen, first baseman for the Canes, a junior.
He just needs.
I just wanted the people to know at home who you were talking to.
Yeah, well, they probably noticed he stared around here because I just want something good to happen for him. That's it. Good.
All one. As you're talking about that, I mean, nothing against a couple rough at-bats against the Bears. 2 strikeouts quickly.
Yeah.
He's been a little cold streak in the box.
He has.
He's outside.
He put a ball in play the other night, which was the first time he's. And listen, it's not Jacob. Listen, we were in the state playoffs, and Scott, as he makes a visit now, Scott Irwin, he was on this team, and it's not everybody does it, but we were in the state playoffs, and we were playing Lexington, and you can imagine what Lexington looks like. I mean, just they've always been good. Blake, I struck out 9 straight times.
That's the thing about baseball, though. You could be, Ronald Acuna for the Braves at the start of this year, a little cold streak. It happens to the best players. It's just a matter of how you bounce back in baseball. Can you get hot?
Yeah, and it's going to happen. Major league guys struggle. Look at Ozuna. No, he's just bad.
We can't talk about why he's bad. As Cooper comes set, deals 3-0 count now to Jacob as he tries to work a walk here.
Yeah, good at bat, nothing out of the zone. He's doing good. He's been swinging at balls out of the zone. Right now, just here's a 3-0. Get a good look at it.
Cooper comes right back down the middle to make it 3-1, and on deck is a clutch bat for the Canes. Left-handed pitcher Josh Smith.
He likes that righty-lefty match. Josh does. Not a whole lot of success lefty-lefty, but likes the righty-lefty match.
Cooper comes right back at Allen to make it full 3-2 here in the bottom of the first. Of course, the Canes would like to score. Gambrell from third. Already taking a 2-1 lead. 3 hits this inning in the bottom of the first.
Come on, Jacob. Hit one in the gap.
Looking for run number 3. Cooper comes set. Delivers. Goes outside and works a walk.
Good AB. Just a little confidence. That's all we need. We're going to need him. Come playoff time, we're going to need him. We're going to need all of them.
That's the thing about this 3 out of 4 losing for the Canes is you need to win this one to get in a little momentum going into that region championship Thursday, then to the playoffs.
Yeah, it starts next Tuesday night right here.
Cooper comes set, takes a look at second base, delivers. Ball one. Don't want to attack Josh Smith or get into a count where Josh Smith knows what's coming.
I'll be honest with you right now, everybody should be sitting fastball. He's just having a hard time finding the zone, so you just sit fastball.
Cooper does come back with that fastball. It's tipped for 1-1. Smith's been able to have those big moments inside the Parker earlier this year. Big 2-run RBI double. That one's inside. Makes it 2-1.
A little in. Nice job there. 2-1 count. Good hitters count right here. Good hitters count.
On deck, of course, senior Carson Goodell as Cooper comes set, delivers. Smith fouls it back to even it up 2-2. So with 2 outs here, the Canes have scored 2 runs, added on a hit, and earned a walk. So some more 2-out magic from this Canes ball club.
Deuce is wild. 2 runs, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Cooper delivers. Smith lifts one in the left field, fading foul. With a left fielder get there, and he will for out number 3. But the Canes do strike to make it 2-1 here on the Wren Broadcast Network in Piedmont. Josh Smith back on the mound, and I was getting a last name wrong there in the first inning. It's Matthew Connor on the mound for the Eagles. As the left-hander, and Josh Smith goes back to work. Of course, gave up the 1 run, 2 hits in the first inning. Starts Connor off with the ball. Of course, Thursday night we'll have some special intro videos for the Canes-Bears matchup. Smith goes back to work. That one's lifted out of play to make it 1-1. For just tuning in late, the Canes did strike 2 runs, 3 hits, and a walk as that one's lifted in the right center. Ellison backtracks, and that one's going to be in the gap for the Eagles as Matthew Connor helps himself with a leadoff double for Eastside. And he'll get a courtesy runner for the Eagles.
Got to get the ball down.
Courtesy runner will be Eli Kerrigan.
Again, in this league, you got to. Again, I would say, knowing Scott like I do, you're probably going to get a bunt here.
Man behind the plate and Kinnick will get ball 1.
Maybe he's going to play it out.
We'll also go have a talk with Josh Smith. 1-0 count in the last couple of at-bats. I haven't been able to get that first pitch strike.
Bro, the other night we played 5 innings down at BHP in less than an hour. We have played 1.5 and 23 minutes long.
It's going to be a long one.
I have nothing to do tonight.
Smith comes set, takes a look at Mr. Kerrigan on second, and deals. Goes high for ball number 2, so now quickly 2-0 to Kinnick and the Eastside Eagles. That first inning was a little bit of damage done by Smith himself on the mound. Trying not to do the same thing here in the second. Works back in for strike 1. Of course, as I said a while ago, Thursday night, Anderson broadcast will be brought to you for Bears Canes Region 2 3A Championship.
Any idea what the setup's going to be like down there?
Do not. Smith battles back to make it even 2-2. Hopefully, we'll, of course, have this Wi-Fi that hasn't went out at all tonight, but hopefully a little more of a up view. I don't know the words I'm looking for. A little better view for the camera. Smith comes set, a 2-2 count, no one out. Goes to the pickoff, no one there. Big out here, David, if he can get a strikeout.
Yeah, it'll be a good time for one, that is for sure.
Gets that breaking ball in, but it's fouled off by the man behind the plate to keep it 2-2.
Yeah, just fighting off. Good job there. And Josh works out. They work out a lot. It would be nice if we could come up under his hands, but that's a tough pitch to make.
Let's see where 6 goes in a 2-2 count with no one out.
Going back out.
Does go out, almost gets him to reach for it, but it will go full 3-2. Here on the top of the second. Of course, leadoff double from the pitcher, Matthew Connor. Smith not trying to allow a walk after that double. Delivers. Goes low and does walk Kinnick. So now first and second with no one out. That'll bring up the shortstop, Sebastian Sanchez.
First baseman, Cody Williams.
Oh, Cody Williams. Guess a change before the game started.
I'm going to say
feels like a bigger player than Sebastian Sanchez, name-wise.
So he wasn't in the original starting lineup?
I have Sebastian Sanchez.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
Or Cody. It is Cody Williams. I skipped Cody.
This is Cody here.
It is Cody Williams.
I was going to get all over Scott Irwin because I'm like, dude, you hid this guy over here, and now he comes out here looking like Babe Ruth.
First base for the Eagles. He gets ball 1.
I mean, he is a...
And now seeing him in the 8 hole, it's kind of like, you really didn't want to walk Kinnick. They have to take a look at Williams. Smith comes set, looking for a ground ball. Looking to turn 2 for the Canes. Goes inside for strike 1.
See, that's at some point you got to be able to do that, and you actually need to get it in even a little more. But when you're struggling to find a zone, it's tough to make that pitch.
And that's where Smith's made mistakes with 2 doubles tonight, giving up when he does have to come back over the middle of the plate. Gets the breaking ball in there to make it 1-2. That was the strikeout pitch then at the top of the first to start it out. You're in a 1-2 count, looking for a K once again. Kinnick and Kerrigan on base for the Eagles. Smith delivers. Oof. Almost got him to swing through it. It'll stay 1-2. The Windows noise goes off up there with Randall.
Never know what to expect.
Could get any kind of noise.
Could be a cow, could be a window, could be a car wreck.
No one out. Kane's looking for 1. Gets him to swing through it for out number 1, and Smith battles back with a strikeout.
Could be a chainsaw. All right, so here's the opportunity.
Third baseman, Dalton Smart.
This number 9 hitter.
Yes, it is, but he said Dalton Smart, so maybe they rolled it over.
This lead
It
off.
is Dalton Smart.
Marshawn's hit second. So
That one's high. I think we're just throwing this lineup off as the DH
yeah,
and Peter Mershaw.
yeah, you're confused, and it's okay.
I admitted that just now.
I'm not.
1-0 count. Smith again looking for a ground ball to get out of the inning. Right back over the heart of the plate for strike one.
Yeah, roll your ground ball right here. You right out of it.
A guy like Smart, you don't want to let him get in that left field gap, but I feel like you can maybe overpower him a little bit. Smith comes set, takes a look at second, and deals. That one's
There it
laced up
is.
the middle.
4,
Porter.
6, 3. Oh,
And
can't
it
get
is
him.
dropped
They're
by
gonna
Jacob
score.
Allen. The Eagles are going to score after the error from Allen on first base. So the Eagles will have men on first, and they have this game all tied up.
The designated hitter, Peter Machon.
That'll bring up Peter Mershon once again, who got a back-to-back single in that top of the first. Was a part of the back-to-back singles. In the top of the seconds, the Canes almost got out of it with a 2-1 lead. Now all tied back up at 2. Smith delivers. Goes outside for ball 1.
Again, it would not surprise me if Irwin puts them in motion here.
All matched up on the scoreboard. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for each side. Smith comes set and delivers. Inside for ball number 2, so now quickly 2-0 to Mershaw. And these are the kind of innings you don't want to see. It's happened a little bit this season where the Canes feel like should have been out of it. Don't want to let Mershaw get a hold of one. It goes high, 3-0 now. Threatening to walk the 2-hole and bring up Lane Schrader. On first is Dalton Smart for Eastside. 3-0 count. Senior left-hander trying to battle back here with 2 outs. High for ball 4, and he will walk Mershaw to put him on first and second with 2 outs. Here on the top of the second, bring up Lane Schrader, starting at second base.
Lane Schrader.
Here comes the first meeting for the lefty for the Canes. We'll take one quick break here on the top of the second. 2 outs, 2-2 ball game here on the Wren Broadcast Network. Back here after the meeting, Smith stays on the mound. Lane Schrader will be the man at the plate for the Eagles, man on first and second. And Mershaw and Smart, 2-2 ball game here in the top of the second. That one's fouled off for strike number 1.
Why do you have on a Miami jersey?
They're really nice City Connect jerseys.
Oh, my God. Have
Sorry,
you got your
Mr.
Petrie
Braves
jersey
fan.
yet?
I have not. I don't know. Maybe it got lost. Smith delivers.
Not only that, it's mildly inappropriate because the Marlins and the Braves are playing tonight.
I did not check that before I left the house. I'm sorry.
Did Austin pay for that popcorn?
Probably not. He gets what he wants around here. 0-2 count
Well,
for
he
Smith.
should. I mean,
He runs this place.
does not need to pay for popcorn.
0-2 count. Smith trying to get out of the top of the second with only one run given up. Not earned, by the way. Smith delivers. Goes heater, ground ball. Porter can't make the play. Ellison gets it. He's made a couple plays at home for the Canes, and it's not going to be in time. They'll score one and have them at nowheres. That's a throw out at second, but the Eastside Eagles do add on a run to make it 3-2 in the top of the second here in Piedmont.
Half the second inning for the Hurricanes. Left fielder.
Back here at home, the senior Carson Goodell will get it started off in the 9-hole. Canes trying to respond as they go down 3-2. Connor delivers, goes low for strike one. Oh, 1 count. Connor comes right back at him, goes for the same spot. It's evened up 1-1. Cadell's been huge at the top of innings for the Canes. Lead off walks, bunts. So he lifts one up and into left field. Foul. Left fielder pushing, won't get to it. We'll take it a 1-2 for number one. So 3 runs for the Eagles, 4 hits, 1 error. 2 runs for the Canes, 3 hits, 1 error. Here in the bottom of the second, as David said, it's a little slow-paced, but scoring nonetheless. That one swung at and missed in the dirt. Goodell will start off the bottom of the second with a strikeout for Matthew Connor. We'll reset the lineup for the Canes as Hayden Porter comes up 1 for 1 with a single in the bottom of the first. And on deck, of course, the man involved in back-to-back singles, the freshman shortstop in Grayson Austin. As Connor goes low for ball 1, it's bounced over the backstop. David Thompson returns.
Yeah, I'd take a little stroll. Go down there and talk to my buddy Irwin.
Connor delivers. Porter swings through it to make it 1-1.
Hey, Connor come back here in the second inning, got a little found a little control, found a little pretty good little stuff here.
He's got one out quickly, looking for 2. Goes outside 2-1.
I saw a kid over there. My son takes pitching lessons over in Greenville. Yeah, figured that out. I coached for 15 years, but anyway, and kid over there takes lessons with him. Oh, nice play there by
pick from Cody Williams at first, and there's out number 2 for the Eagles.
Nice play. He's over there. I'd like to see Bryson get in tonight. I don't know what Coach Irwin's rotations. Like, I don't know what they – you have any idea what their schedule is?
I do not. That will bring up the freshman shortstop and Grayson Austin. And put on deck the man behind the plate and Cody Wilson. Austin's 1 for 1 tonight with a single. Oof. Almost took pitch number 1.
Boy, that was close. Is that a cough button?
Yes, it was. Didn't want everyone to have to hear it. Connor comes back with a strike. He's liking him low here in the second inning. 1-1 count. When he's been able to come in that zone, that's where it's been. He goes high. Austin lifts it in the right field. Right fielder tracking for the Eagles. And a 1-2-3 inning for Eastside. Matthew Connor, as Josh Smith and the Canes are walking back out there for the top of the third. Back here at home is it will be another lefty for the Canes and Reed Whitmore in here on relief for the Canes. Also, Gregory Bryant will step into the box for Eastside. So we saw Whitmore in a closing role earlier in the year, closed out that game against the Lions in extra innings to start off the season. His first pitch is lifted out of play for strike 1. Of course, as we've went on to the season, Evan Allen's kind of became that closer for the Canes. Certain matchups, you will see 22. Comes back with a nice breaking ball outside for ball 1. Maybe later on we'll get a day recap for Josh Smith from David.
When he quits working.
Whitmore goes high for 2-1. Gregory Bryant, of course, part of that 2-run first inning, or 2-run second inning, correction, for the Eagles. So he pops that one out of play to make it 2-2. There's Randall's car alarm noise. Hopefully everyone is experiencing a nice connection here tonight. So nothing went wrong on our end, so hopefully nothing's wrong on y'all's. That one's found out a play to keep it 2-2. Of course, we thank everyone for tuning in and watching Canes Baseball on Canes Athletic here on the Wren Broadcast Network. Of course, we get to the summer, we'll get maybe some football interviews with some players, new coaches. That one's low for ball 3 to take it full. 3-2 to start out top of the third for Reed Whitmore. .22 comes set, delivers, goes breaking ball high and over the head of Bryant. He'll walk the leadoff man for the Eagles to start the third. Here comes big bat for the Eagles, Angel Garado. Scored a run in that second inning as well for Eastside. Also, still a good matchup for number 7 as he's seen back-to-back lefties. He swings through pitch number 1 to take it 0-1. Brian stands on first. Whitmore looking for a ground ball to get 2 quick ones. Goes outside for strike 2. Now quickly 0-2 count to Greedo. He shakes his head and takes a look back at the home plate umpire.
Needs to be careful. He's a catcher.
Whitmore looking for a strikeout. Greedo gets in a little lowered stance. That one's low for ball 1. So after that leadoff walk, Whitmore trying to come back at 7. Get some sort of out here to start the third inning for the Canes defense. .22 looking to find a strike. 2-2 now, as both counts have been in 22's favor and worked into 2-2, 3-2 for the batters. Seven steps back in, and Whitmore comes set. Goes at him high and waistline, doesn't get the call, and now it's worked to 3-2 once again for number 7. Wilson turns around and asks where that one missed. .3-2, no one out. Trying not to walk the first 2 guys for the Eagles. Comes right at him. It's coming right behind us. And correction. Wilson comes down here and catches it. And here comes Jacob Allen as well for out number 1 for the Canes.
The only thing that would have been most wonderful is if Jacob Allen would have wiped out completely.
When that ball first took flight, I really thought we were in trouble there for a second. It was like, well, this is the moment we've been waiting for. It's going to smash through this table. Cody Wilson comes through for the Canes, gets out number 1 as Bryant stands on first. Grayson Ford steps into the box. Pickoff moves not in time. Here on the top of the third, as David said a couple times, a little slow start to an inning. Whitmore's pace definitely on track as well. Goes high for ball 1. It's been anything but quick work here in either one of these innings besides the bottom of the second for the Canes. .22 comes set, 1-0 count. Takes a look at first and delivers. And it's fouled right back at us to make it 1-1. I know if David was looking, he would have been as scared as me and Austin just were.
As I will tell you, as I tell many people, I am definitely focused, but I am also...
No, I just wanted you to know you would have been scared of that ball because it came right here. So everyone at home, I pointed in front of us. 1-1 count, 1 out. Whitmore comes set, delivers once again. Man taken off for the Eagles. It's fouled off into right field. So make it 1-2. Allison was tracking for the Canes. It's also always fun to see Allen talk to the dugout because he always gives a nice thumbs up after he receives a response of whatever it was. One more comes out looking for strikeout out number 2. Takes a look at first, delivers. Goes breaking ball. What a pitch from 22. And the lefty gets out number 2 here on the top of the third. Devastating.
Pitcher, Matthew Connor.
That'll also bring up Matthew Connor, who led off that second inning with a double. Whitmore has made it a little bit more manageable man on first 2 outs. Ooh, a little high for ball 1.
All right, you ask, you shall receive. Josh Smith, 2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 of them earned. Walked 3, struck out 4. He threw 49 pitches, 28 strikes.
So Whitmore loses his hat, gets strike number 1.
Those stats.
One of those being earned feels like a.
Well, you can't give an error on a double play.
Oh.
You can't assume that you would get the second out. So
Yeah.
you can't give an error on stuff. I wasn't going to correct you at the time. But
One
now
more.
that you asked.
Shouldn't have asked. Whitmore coming back, gets that breaking ball in for strike 2 once again. He's feeling himself.
I don't think you necessarily ask. You
Yeah.
just kind of.
Yeah, I made a mistake of talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man on the first 1-2 count. Whitmore looking for back-to-back Ks. Gets that breaking ball once again in 22. Takes a jog off the mound. Because that breaking ball is
That's what you call the old deuce.
deuce. Back-to-back Ks. The Canes down 1 as we head to the bottom of the third here in Piedmont.
Deuce.
Here at home is what a start to the inning, and Cody Wilson stepping into the box for the Canes. He ripped one in the left center in that first inning for the Canes. Looking to give it a little bit more of a charge, send it out of here. Here in the bottom of the third. 1-0 count. Jackson Whitmore, of course, on deck for the Canes. Connor works slow and evens it up 1-1 as Wilson lifts it out of play down that third base line. Three-two ball game. Started off very quickly. A lot of runs in the first and second. Canes looking to respond now 2-1 to Wilson. No runs scored in the bottom of the second for the Canes. At the top of the third for the Eagles. Wilson takes that one foul to even it up 2-2.
Cole Wise over there with a big grab.
First base coach tonight for the Canes. And every night.
Michael Gianni on third base. Caleb Childress in the dugout.
Ryan Emmons here at home tonight as well.
Where?
He was here earlier at least. Don't know where.
If he's here and he failed to speak to me, he is now.
I want to say I swore I saw him in a Thompson jacket earlier around the dugout, but not seeing him anymore. 3-2. Wilson grounds it to second base, and on the hop, Schrader there for the Eagles for out number 1. That's now the super fan Austin Tripp searching for him. That brings up Jackson and Whitmore.
Third baseman Jackson.
With one out in the bottom of the third, the Canes try to strike. If it wasn't, it was a very twinish lookalike of Ryan Emmons. Matthew Connor delivers, goes low for ball 1. Canes looking for a spark, a base runner for this part of the lineup in Gambrell, Allen, Ellison. Outside 2-0. Of course, mentioned it every at-bat. The family's watching in Florida and Buffalo, of course, keeping the eyes on Jackson and Reed. Jackson takes strike 1. Of course, the opposite Whitmore on the mound for the Canes. That one is low and outside for ball 3, so now 3-1 and Whitmore looking for a walk or something right down the middle. Got to be picky here. 1-1 out from Matthew Connor. Goes low and gets strike 2 called. 3-2 now for number 12. Now you can't be picky. Got to find something and rip it. Lay off anything out of the zone. Connor delivers. Whitmore does rip one, but it goes straight up into the air down third base line. Third baseman on for the Eagles for out number 2 in the bottom of the third.
I don't know, man. It's like it's hard to get mojo.
Hard to wake up for this kind of non-region matchup.
Non-region, but geez, we gotta get something rolling here. The way the first inning started, I was like, okay, we're gonna be jam up, but Connor settled in here though.
First pitch for Gambrell, he swings onto the shortstop. Long throw overs in time. 1-2-3 for Connor in back-to-back innings as we head to the top of the third here at home. Top of the fourth.
For Eastside catcher.
Back here at home, Reed Whitmore stays on the mound for the Canes. Kinnick, the man behind the plate for the Eagles, steps into the box. As here in an inning and a half haven't seen a run cross the plate. So we enter the top of the fourth. 22, coming off 2 strikeouts, hits the first batter and the man behind the plate for the Eagles. So that puts a man on for Dalton Smart in the top of the lineup. Ejan Fusetti comes on as a courtesy runner for the Eagles. Also a pinch hitter in Wyatt Posey. Will be the leadoff man for Eastside. Here with no one out to start the fourth. Looks like we're finally ready to go in this 3-2 ball game with the Canes have surrendered a couple runs that have been bouncers in the dirt, double play ball. One throw to the plate they got away from Wilson that scored a run. Down 3-2 nonetheless. Leadoff hit by a pitch for Eastside. Now has a no one out man on first with Wyatt Posey in the box. Wilson goes outside and gets a strike call to make it 1-1. Again, non-region matchup here, not long on the table for the Canes, but a little bit of mojo momentum as they head to a Thursday region championship against the Bears. Pickoff not in time on Fusetti. .22 comes set, takes a look over at first. Delivers. Goes outside. 2-1 now to Posey. So you don't want to make a mistake here and let this lead expand for the Eagles, especially with no one out. 22 comes set. 2-1 count. Takes a look over at Fusetti. Delivers. Goes right at him now quickly. 2-2.
I know what it is, man. My microphone was on the wrong side. My microphone is supposed to be over here. It was on this side. So the tide's getting ready to turn.
Yeah.
Hurricanes getting ready to play some jam-up baseball.
That's what they've been waiting for right there, is for David to switch the headset sides. Since now it runs 4-3-2. Whitmore threatening to start off the fourth as he did the third. With 2 men on, no one out. Was, of course, able to work out of that jam. 3-2. 22 delivers, goes high and outside. And he'll walk the second man up in Wyatt Posey. Brings up Dalton Smart, the leadoff man. As Posey was pinch hitting for Cody Williams. So they'll go in at first base. Eagles have 2 on, no one out. For Smart. Whitmore able to get 3 Ks in that third inning. Looking for the strikeout stuff here with 2 on. Goes high, starts him off 1-0. Both pitchers tonight for the Canes. Walks have been the thorn. .1-0 delivery for 22. Lefty looking for the strike zone. That pitch is high as well. Cody Wilson with a 3 outs not in time, but quickly 2-0 nonetheless.
Cody almost took off Reed's head, by the way. Like, it was within, I think it was 3.5, 3.5 inches.
3.5. That's pretty. It was that close.
You got to understand, when you're 49 years old, your vision becomes impeccable. Hence why I have to wear glasses.
22 comes set, 2-0 count, looking for strike number 1. Goes high, 3-0 count, now threatening to load him to start the fourth. After getting out of that jam of the third, this is a bigger problem.
Yeah, it is. We got some action in the bullpen.
So I'd maybe expect McKinney to go tonight at some point. As Whitmore will walk and load him. So no one out. And Peter Mershon, the DH, will step into the box. He's been big tonight, as we'll get a pitcher's meeting from Randy Thompson. We'll take a break. No one out. Bases juice for Eastside here in the top of the fourth on the Wren Broadcast Network. Back here at home again, situation. Bases juice for Peter Mershon. No one out for the lefty on the mound and Reed Whitmore.
I mean, that was a pretty long conversation. No change made, so hopefully we mix in some strikes here.
Whitmore comes set. 22 delivers that breaking ball. It's inside for ball one. That was the pitch that got him out of trouble in the third. He's trying to locate here in the moment.
Peter Mershon.
Comes set. Randy lets him know to relax here. It's a big moment. Comes back, finds a strike. Of course, always good to know when you're on the mound. Coach has that kind of confidence in you to get out of it. Big moment here for 22. Delivers 1-1, goes high 2-1 now. He falls behind with no one out. Of course, you can tune in during the summer on Twitter. I'll post any clips we have from the broadcast network. That's 2-1. Is outside 3-1 now. Whitmore got to find a strike here. He'll walk in a run here in the top of the fourth to make this a 4-2 ball game. Mershon already got a big rib earlier in this ball game. Looking for one here. Whitmore battles back to take it 4-3-2.
I had it.
This has been a moment that 22's turned to that breaking ball for a strikeout. Do you like to see the breaking ball or just try to locate a fastball?
I'll be honest with you, I just like to see a strike.
3-2, bases juiced to Mershon.
That's not even disrespect to Reed at all. It's just a 3-2 count. I mean,
got to find one. 22 comes set, delivers. He does find one. He'll keep them where they are for now. One out. Bases still juiced.
That was it. I think he was looking for the breaking ball. Whenever something like that happens, that means they're usually looking for the breaking ball for sure. And he got kind of surprised.
That'll bring up Lane Schrader for Eastside. Man, if 22 can work out of this when you think you got a little bit more momentum with the bats. That one's low for ball one. Problem the last two at-bats is you just don't want to fall behind so quickly. Have to fight back. Looking to even this thing up. 22 delivers, goes low, and now falls behind 2-0. David mentioned time earlier, now 7:38 here in Piedmont. We're only in the top of the fourth.
And I gotta talk to Irwin after the game. That'll probably be a good 15 minutes.
High, now 3-0. A little worse of a situation from 3-1 last at bat. So now,
yeah, so Reed, he's up to 40 pitches. Of those 40, actually 41 of those 41, 42 now, 17 strikes.
he does walk a run in, so now the Eastside Eagles up 4-2. Randy taking a look over the pin.
Left fielder.
See if the Canes stick with him. I think they're going to maybe give him the one lefty.
Yeah, you kind of like the lefty-left match to get him. Maybe get him to roll over one here in turn two.
Actually, Wilson will walk out, so maybe just a little bit of time management to get the relief pitcher a little bit warm. And here comes the walk from the head coach. As top of the fourth, the Eagles do strike one out here. The Canes look to the pin here at home. New man on the mound is
Left fielder.
a man we talked about earlier tonight, the senior J.J. McKinney. And in the box for Eastside is Gregory Bryant, who's been involved in some big moments early and often throughout this ball game. McKinney looking to work out a jam with one out, bases juiced. First pitch outside.
A little different velo here.
Definitely a little speed up.
Again, JJ throws strikes. He's unhittable.
Question is, will he be able to?
Yeah.
That one's in for 2-0.
I want you to watch his front leg here, okay? And that one was a prime example of it. Front leg goes straight downhill, we get strikes. Front leg opens wide toward first base, we get balls. Watch.
As that one's a throw down to second, almost in time, didn't get him, but the strike is called to make it 2-1.
That was a little better. It's just, I mean, that's the old coach in me, just watching.
You know, on that pitch, it almost like he stepped just a little wide and overcorrected the arm.
100%.
2-1 count, top of the fourth, one out. Well, J.J. McKinney work out of it. That's popped up into the infield. First baseman Jacob Allen gets called off by Porter, and McKinney gets out number 2 with no runs given up.
Shoot, by the time this season's over, man, you're going to be able to go coach American League Baseball.
American League or American Legion?
Right fielder, Angel Dorado.
American T-Ball League.
As
The ATL.
Angel Garrido steps into the box. He scored a run in that second inning for the Eagles, looking for more here in the top of the fourth. McKinney trying to slam that door and get out number 3 as that one's popped up. Wilson will make a move towards it. Him and Allen almost collide, and Wilson gets out number 3 as J.J. McKinney works out of a jam here in the top of the fourth, so the Canes only give up 1. Angel Grotto on the mound for
Again,
the Eagles.
what a baseball name.
Judd Ellison in the box for the Canes. They try to make a little noise here in the bottom of the fourth, make this game a little interesting, down 4-2. First pitch on for Grotto's outside ball 1. That's what the Canes need right there is
Yeah.
a couple runners on from walks.
Hey, listen, Connor battled back. I thought after that first inning, you know,
We'd see a lot more of it.
but he settled down, did a good job.
Oh, that was loud.
Yeah, well, it broke a window.
1-1 count to Ellison.
So Connor on the night, 3 in his pitch, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 of them earned, 1 walk and 1 strikeout. He threw 49 pitches, 30 of them was strikes.
Definitely a nice night. Was able to settle in for the Eagles. As Grotto's looking to settle in here in the bottom of the fourth, now 2-1. Of course, Jacob Allen on deck, worked a walk in his previous at-bat. Ellison looking to start it off with a hit. 7 comes set. Delivers. Goes breaking ball, now 3-1. Ellison threatening the walk to start off the bottom of the 4th for the Canes. If you're tuned in late, of course, Thursday night in that region championship, we will be broadcasting against BHP. As Dorados gets strike 2 called to make it full.
Yeah, the weather doesn't look too promising. I have not been able to speak with the big man to see if there's a contingency plan if that were to be the case.
7 goes outside. Ellison works a walk, which will bring up Jacob Allen here to start off the 4th. But, yeah, that would be a little bit of a problem if the Canes Bears can't get that play Thursday night. This playoff's supposed to start Tuesday.
First baseman, Jacob
Big
Allen.
Papa looking for a rip here.
Again, little confidence right here. Little confidence right here.
We've seen the pop the 16s provided throughout the season here at home. Dorados comes right out and goes low
Good.
for ball 1.
That's good.
On deck's the lefty and Josh Smith. Still got his matchup with a righty on the mound. 7 comes set, delivers, goes inside.
It's okay.
Makes it 1-1 as that's the first strike all night 16 saw. First at bat walked in 4-0. Takes a look at Ellison. Dorados comes set, delivers. Goes right back inside for strike number 2 as Allen falls behind 1-2. Looking to advance Ellison at all cost. Here in the bottom of the 4th, trying to get Smith and Goodell up to the plate. Goes breaking ball. Nice read from 16. Makes it 2-2. Ellison does stay at first.
You know, Yogi Berra used to say that baseball is 90% mental. The other half is physical. And, again, whenever you get to a point where it becomes mental and you got to clear your mind, and that's okay. Listen, well, we need even playoff time, so maybe we can get it straightened out.
Gonna have to wake it up. You got a chance tomorrow night. You go on the road to Greenville. Unless that whole series was canceled. Why don't you say the Thursday game was?
I haven't spoken with him enough.
As Smith looks to lay down a bunt, doesn't get it down that third base line. Throw down to first is away from the first baseman as Ellison will take third. Smith will take second. And that puts him on second and third with 1 out. The senior Carson Goodell up the bat.
And the fans go berserk.
If you want to call it that. Home fan stands have been filled up these last couple of ball games. We went down the stretch. They're figuring out this team is special. Said it last week. First time in 5 years the Canes will have a chance to be named region champs. Canes trying to strike here. Down 2-2 in scoring position. The senior looking for something in play. Rips one into center field. Center fielder on for the Eagles. Catches it, and here comes Ellison to the plate. Correction, he will stay as that throw was on the money.
Yeah, it was good. Good throw.
Center fielder is Grayson 4, so that's 2 outs now for the leadoff man, Hayden Porter. Correction, as Yarborough comes in. Let's us know this is the last game before the region championship Thursday night. So this is your warm-up game for this
So
week.
Yarborough said we did cancel? No, just Thursday. Yeah, I was going to say they still playing tomorrow night.
Take strike 1. Well, the way you made me look at that was making me think the other way around.
Yeah.
So I blame Austin. 0-1 count. 2 outs. Austin, you're not allowed to talk on broadcast. Man on second, third. 0-1 count. Grotto trying to work out of a jam. Porter laces one to center field. Center fielder tracking it. And the Canes will strand 2 in the bottom of the 4th as we head to the top of the 5th. Eagles up 4-2. Grayson Ford will be the man in the box for Eastside as we welcome you back here on the Wren Broadcast Network. J.J. McKinney sticks on the mound after he was able to get out of that 4th inning jam for the Canes. 7 also a senior right-handed pitcher. So that first pitch is fouled out of play to make it 0-1. One of the only seniors that wasn't able to, I'll say, take the field with the starting group. Still here on the mound tonight in a big moment as the Canes try to go 1-2-3. That pitch is high. So make it 1-1. Sun starts setting to our east, and it's a beautiful scenery here for a non-region matchup for the Eagles and Canes. McKinney fights back and takes it 1-2. All he's came in and done is thrown strikes for the Canes. 1-2 count, looking for a K to start off the 5th. That's sliders reached at Allen's there for the Canes for out number 1.
That ball had some mojo on it. It looked like it was going to go foul, and just kind of hung that first base line, and the first out of the inning. That's big. Again, top of the 5th, 4-2. Hurricanes need to.
Eli Kerrigan batting for Eastside.
We got to wake up the bat somehow.
Had a little opportunity there in the bottom of the 4th. Couldn't strike as Eli Kerrigan steps into the box. Pitch hitting for Matthew Connor. Burgess looks like he's got a little package. McKinney comes set, delivers with 1 out. That one's blooped into right field. Ellison will charge but not be able to get to it. So Kerrigan's on for a single with 1 out. Here on the top of the 5th.
Just a little bloopy bloop bloop.
Same kind of hit as Hayden Porter had there in the 1st. As the man behind the plate for the Eastside Eagles is Mr. Kinnick. Got some young fans here.
Yeah.
Kenny.
JJ
looking to get Kenny out. That one swung at and bounced over the net. That's how much spin that ball had on it. It quite literally took one bounce and bounced. I mean, I don't know how high.
Here's the thing. It hurts nothing. I mean, he's going to get second anyway, but it's been a while since I've seen one of those do that.
Man on second, 1 out. 0-1 count to Kinnick. McKinney looking for a K.
Cooper's giving the old down.
That one's grounded foul to make it 0-2 quickly.
He got some juju on his ball. Like, it just.
This is, I mean, Greenville was a nice outing, but this feels like one of 7's best outings so far. So he's just came in and thrown strikes.
Yeah.
Not something we can always say about 7. No damage he's put on himself. 0-2 count looking for out number 2. McKinney comes set. Delivers. Goes heater. It's bounced to Grayson Austin on the hop. Throw to first is in time. Allen will take a look at third, and man, the freshman looks spiffy over there.
That's tough.
First baseman, Cody Williams.
We say it every single week. Just doesn't play like a freshman. Big out number 2 in the top of the 5th. And maybe I don't understand high school rules, but Cody Williams back in the ball game for Wyatt Posey. I didn't think you could just switch positional players in and out.
Do what now?
Cody Williams is hitting again. As that ball is flipped away, wild pitch. McKinney can't get a tag on it. He'll give up the run to make it 5-2. But Cody Wilson hit the first at-bat. Last at-bat, Wyatt Posey hit for Cody Wilson. Williams. Now Williams is back in.
You can re-enter.
Yeah, that's what I was. That was
Only
my question.
once, though.
Okay. I did not know that. As now the Eagles take a 5-2 lead with 2 outs. Only good thing about that is now McKinney can focus on Williams. He gets a first pitch slider in for strike 1. Of course, we want to thank 84 Lumber for sponsoring the pregame. If you want to be a sponsor here, the Wren Broadcast Network, of course, you can contact any one of us, Yarborough, me.
Don't contact me.
David with a soft stab.
Nah, I mean, you can contact me and I'll get you in contact with the right people.
Yeah.
It just might take a week or 2.
He might steal our money.
Nah.
He might just take it.
Nah.
3-1 count.
I'll be happy to.
That one's laced to second base. Porter with a nice pick and a throw on to third. What a play from the second baseman on senior night. And all you can do is clap about it.
He had to look at his shortstop and say, I can do it too.
Middle of the 5th, we'll head to the bottom. The Canes trail 5-2 here at home on senior night.
Look like.
Back here at home, the best walkout music for the Canes. The freshman shortstop. And Grayson Austin hits the box. Cody Wilson on deck. It's a nice little run of batters for the Canes. And Gregory Bryant's the new man on the mound for the Eagles. And he gets strike 1. The Canes trailing by 3. Pitch in the dirt. Ooh. Steve Thompson was here. He liked the pace of Gregory Bryant's pitching. It is fast. 1-1 count. It's outside for ball 2. Low and outside, correct. Of course, you can comment throughout. Let us know what's looking good, looking bad. This Austin bloops one to center field. Center fielder comes on for the Eagles and gets out number 1 to start off the bottom of the 5th. That'll bring up Cody Wilson. Sounds like the fan club may have left tonight. No screams here on the bottom of the 5th. That first pitch a little too inside, but gets strike 1 nonetheless. Goes right back at him, except the other side of the plate. Now quickly 0-2 for the man behind the plate for the Canes. Senior Cody Wilson. On deck is Jackson Whitmore. Looking for out number 2. Bryant bounces that one. Ball 1. Whitmore relays the ball to the man behind the plate, Mr. Cooper.
You know, I always wonder when I watch the Braves, a lot of times I think that ball hit him, but, you know, he's not going to take it. Jeff Francoeur, sometimes you don't hear him talk for a while, you know. I bet he does what I do. He just gets up and socializes and comes, sits back down and is like, hey, you've been here all night. That's why I don't say something sometimes, so people don't know if I'm really here or not.
You have to wonder if David Thompson's sitting in his chair. I want you all to know it is 9 times out of 10 he is not at the start of an inning. 3-2 count to Cody Wilson, 1 out.
I mean, we've already discussed my
ADHD.
My attention issues.
Sticks at 3-2 for Wilson.
And we're looking at
8-0. That's why I said when you were gone, you would like the pace of Gregory Bryant pitching right now.
13 hours ago.
He's kind of sped it up here.
13 hours ago, I had some help with my ADHD, but that's been 13 hours ago.
That pitch is in and cold for strike 3 and out number 2 for Gregory Bryant. So he catches Wilson's sitting.
So Jackson Whitmore's hand right now is on fire because Cody, after he struck out, walks up there and Jackson tries to give him 5, and Cody almost knocked his hand into Piedmont. No, we are in Piedmont.
1-0 count.
I meant
David's on tear right now.
I meant the Greenville County side of Piedmont.
1-0 count. Ben Gambrell on deck for the Canes, looking for some 2-out magic. 2-0 quickly. Bats have been off and on for the Canes, to say the least. Some chances to score some runs. That one's inside, so now 3-0. Whitmore looking for a walk. Since that first inning, besides the man on second and third with 1 out, really nothing else. So Whitmore eats a 4-pitch walk and will bring up Ben Gambrell here in the bottom of the 5th.
Got some more action down in the Eagles bullpen. That looks like that might be Bryson getting loose in there. Good. I'd like to see him throw a little bit.
Center fielder, Ben Gambrell.
More importantly, I'd like to see us get a few runs. How about a little 2-out rally?
Definitely a team that can do it. 2 outs, those 2 runs scored earlier. That one low for ball 1. I feel like this inning, Gregory Bryant hasn't gotten some calls that other pitchers have gotten. So he gets a strike 1 called. 430-foot Sean Murphy's on my fantasy team. That's good.
that boy, like when he goes yaki, he goes yaki.
I like to see it.
430 feet by Murph.
That one's bounced. Whitmore will take second. That'll make it a 2-1 count. So now Ben Gambrell with the man in scoring position with 2 outs. Of course, the USC Lancaster commit and signee.
I see their coach is here tonight to check in on his guys.
bright future for 20 in blue and gold. 2-1 count. Bryant delivers. Gets strike 2 called, and now evens it up 2-2. Got to protect if you're Mr. Gambrell now with Judd Ellison on deck. Bryant looking for a strikeout. Goes low, now runs it full to the great Gambino. Need a great Gambino moment right here. 3-2, 2 outs. He takes ball 4. So now puts him on first and second with 2 outs. And another senior in Judd Ellison, the ace for the Canes, will take the batter's box and a little talk with his pitcher. Calls off the shortstop.
Oh, I love my dude, Scott. I would call him by his nickname, but I'm not going to do that to him. He goes out there, and the infielders start to come in. He goes, no, this is just a man-to-man conversation. I used to, when I was coaching, that was the funnest meetings. No, y'all get back. This is a gut check. Cooper, the home plate umpire, is kind of walking slow because he knows what's up, too. He's giving him some time. And
now he gets a little conversation.
Yeah.
Whitmore will head on back to second. Judd Ellison, he's got maybe a big game ahead of him Thursday night if he does take the mound for the Canes.
I would say the chances are 99.9999999.
Be nice to get that bat hot so he can help himself out. He eats strike 1. Of course, broadcast, we saw Allen take on the Bears. We'll see it the other way around. As he swings through strike 2, and now Bryant, after the gut check meeting, is quickly ahead 0-2. Canes threatening to strand some more runners here in the 5th. Bryant delivers Ellison up the middle, but a shaded shortstop will get the flip over for out number 3, and the Canes do strand 2 more in the bottom of the 5th. So we head to the top of 6th here in Piedmont. The Eagles will start at the top of the lineup, and Dalton Smart, J.J. McKinney back on the mound for the Canes. Here in the top of the 6th. For the Canes, just need quick outs. Try to get these bats back up in the bottom half of innings. First pitch fouled off for strike 1.
And the old man gets the foul ball.
Hopefully everything's running smoothly tonight on stream. So that pitch is low for ball one to even it up. So we're testing out our newest hotspot, phone edition, and it's working so far. High quality hotspot from AT&T's. That one's in for a strike. 1-2 count. Now McKinney looking for out number one here in the top of the sixth on his last regular season game here in Piedmont. So that one's high for ball two, 2-2. Of course, the Canes, even with a loss to BHP, more than likely should host at least a round of playoffs, you would think. I know it's double elimination. Don't know how hosting works.
So you host. Now, if you finish first, you host all the way through.
Yes.
You finish second, you host the first round. You win, you go on the road.
2-2 count. Top of the sixth. McKinney looking for a K. Ooh, what a pitch. Slider paints that outside part of the zone. 7 gets out number one.
If you lose first round
Peter
and second place, you play at home again. So first place, you stay at home. Second place, you win, you go on the road. Unless you lose, you stay at home.
Prefer to play at home.
Prefer not to lose.
Yes. Also true, 1 out. First pitch is low for ball one. That's a pitch that, or a call that's changed throughout tonight. First base appeal is a no-go, 1-0 count.
Well, again, I say it all the time, and it's the truth. If you don't notice the umpire, they're doing a great job. And, boy, this is a far cry from what we've had with our guys behind the plate with Coop back there tonight. He's done a great job. He's only been doing it since Jesus was walking the earth.
1-1 count, outside 2-1, so that'd make him only a couple. I mean, that makes him pretty old.
I hope
I was going to give him a number, but
I hope he watches that. I'll be getting some love messages.
McKinney comes set, goes inside, 3-1. So 1 out, McKinney threatening his first walk.
Yeah, the Hurricanes, they just have 4 hits on the night. Just not a lot offensively, just dead.
That one's inside, and he will walk Mershon
second baseman
and bring up Lane Schrader with 1 out and the man on. Randy takes a walk to the bullpen as it looks like Evan Allen is the man warming up. Been the Canes closer all year long.
That's JJ's first walk of the night, but that is the Hurricanes' 8th walk of the night.
Was one of Josh Smith's biggest thorns in his side to start off. That one's lifted to right field. Ellison backtracking. And there for the Canes for out number 2. And a play at first can be made. Double play for the Canes. Gets them out of an inning as Mershon got, confused at second base. But the Canes will take it down 5-2 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Back here at home on the Wren Broadcast Network, Canes still down 3, 5-2. Jacob Allen will get things started in the bottom of the 6th as I try to touch screen a MacBook Air.
Well, I can't do that.
Yep. A 1 count. Jacob gets hit with a second pitch, so maybe not what you want to see is you want Allen to get hot, but you'll take the base runner for the Canes. And they'll get a courtesy runner and Old Smoke Reed. So that's who it looks like, at least. And it will be. Also brings up the lefty senior going to Spartanburg Methodist. SMC and Josh Smith.
Designated hitter, Josh Smith.
So no one out on first. On deck is Carson Goodell.
Get back to that top of the order. That's what you want to do.
First pitch in for a strike. Mr. Boyd still on the mound. Gregory Bryant, correction, not Boyd. Smith fouls off the 0-1 pitch. A take it 0-2. No one out. Bryant looking for out number 1 in K form. Reed takes a lead off of first. That one inside to make it 1-2.
That's a good pitch, though. Good pitch there by the righty. Down in the end, pretty much unhittable there. Nice pitch there.
He's been able to pick up the pace on the Canes. As that breaking ball is held up. Jake swing from 6 to make it 2-2.
Couple good pitches there. Josh did a good job of controlling the bat. Extend it.
2-2 count. Smith looking for a rip. That's outside, runs it full. So now you got to battle off things close, but don't swing anything out of the zone. On deck, aforementioned senior Carson Goodell. That one's flipped to second base. Eagles looking for a double play, but Smith will beat out the fielder's choice. So 1 out for Carson Goodell.
I thought we was going to get a tag and throw there. Looked kind of close. And we got the wrong walk-up music here. There we go.
Carson gives a little step out, trying to get his music played.
He's like, bro, that's not my music, man.
Bryant delivers. Carson Goodell looking for a bunt. Lays one straight to the pitcher. Throw over is in time for out number 2, but he does do a job in moving Josh Smith over to second.
Just a little bit more toward the third base line, and we got something there.
That'll bring up Hayden Porter. 1 for 2 tonight. Gave one a rip in his second at bat. That was a pop-up.
Come off the bat at 108 miles per hour.
That being his single up the middle for the Canes in the top of the first.
Outstanding play in the field.
Right. Oh, those inside calls have gotten a little more inside as we go. 0-1 count. Austin on deck for the Canes. Bryant comes set, takes a look at second, delivers, goes outside. Even up 1-1.
Just haven't had a lot of excitement tonight. Like this just.
Besides Randall's noises.
Well, no hits to get him, get the runs rolling. And
Porter lifts one straight up into the sky towards the middle of second base and shortstop. The shortstop is able to make the play for the Eagles for out number 3. So the Canes strand 1 here in the bottom of the 6th as we head to the final inning. Canes down 5-2 at home on senior night. In for the Canes, the aforementioned closer, and Evan Allen. You like to give him a lead here so he can close this ball game down and finish it. The Canes are down 3, 5-2. That'll bring up the man on the mound in Gregory Bryant. Started tonight out in right field. Worked his way into a pitching role here in the 5th and 6th.
You know, when you said the man on the mound, it quickly brought me back to old Michael Jackson. Man in the mirror. I'm talking about the man in the mirror.
Hopefully Evan Allen hasn't changed his ways because he's been absolutely lethal in this role for the Canes, and he starts it out perfectly. I was going to say perfection, but that wouldn't make sense. 0-1. Looking for 3 up, 3 down from 33. That breaking ball almost in. Will be low for ball 1.
Got the same defensive setup we've had all night for the Hurricanes.
Strike 2 called on the outside. Tuning in late. Canes broadcast Thursday against the Bears for a region. Take place at Anderson University. That breaking ball is almost in for strike 3, but it will be ball 2.
What time is that? I don't even know.
I would guess the same time, but 6. I don't know how much I trust Austin Tripp. Evan Allen, 2-2, breaking ball in. Strike 3 called from the man behind the plate. And out number 1. That looked like it was the same spot, but got the call nonetheless for out number 1.
Well, we'll take it.
Angel Dorado.
That is a quicker way to get 3 outs. We will gladly take it. Mr. Angel Dorado.
Again,
Dorado.
A lot of good players here tonight, but there's nobody that matches to his name. I'm serious, man.
Sound like a Tigers prospect. A 1 count. Allen goes right back at him with a fastball. Porter off the bounce. Throwing a first, 2 up, 2 down for Evan Allen as he's in peak closer form.
Yeah, 2 outs here, 5-2.
Center fielder, Grayson 4.
Also bring up Grayson 4, man in center field for the Eagles.
Eastside got 1 in the first, 2 in the second. 1 in each in the 4th and the 5th. The only runs for the Hurricane came in that first inning. They scored 2. Again, when that started, I thought, well, we're going to be on a roll tonight. And, boy, it's shut down since then for the Hurricanes.
Allen goes back and makes it 1-1. But as you said, Connor kind of got in a groove in 2 and 3. They put in Garado, and he gets in trouble, and the Canes strand 2 with 1 out. Man on second, third is Allen delivers strike 2. And then Gregory Bryant's kind of came in and hasn't gotten to a lot of damage. Not a lot of base runners for the Canes.
Well, all Mr. Allen has done since he's come in is fill up the strike zone.
It's almost strike 3, and 4 barely gets a tick at it. So now still 1-2, 2 outs. Allen looking for 1 strike to give the Canes a chance in the bottom of the 7th. Shakes off pitch number 1 and comes at him with pitch number 2. Goes high. 2-2. Trying to get him to reach for it. Deuce, 2 out. Allen delivers. Goes breaking ball and got him to swing for out number 3. And all the closer did was come in and get 2 Ks and 3 up, 3 down, and the top of the 7th. We'll be right back as the Canes try to make some magic happen in the bottom half.
Let's get some runs.
He gets her in. David Thompson having a little fun with the walked-up music of Grayson Austin. Maybe I came around. His first pitch in for a strike.
Need a rally. We've been known to do some walking off up in this place.
Gregory Bryant still in the ball game for the Eagles. Here in the bottom of the seventh, on deck is Cody Wilson. So a big part of the lineup here if the Canes do want to come back. So Austin gets a tip of it. Ryan on for out number one. So one down, Cody Wilson steps in the box. The fifth inning, last time we saw him, I want to say his fan club had maybe already left as we didn't hear him.
Catcher Cody Wilson.
We'll see now. Oh, it's back. One out, bottom of seven. That's when we need it.
Every time. Oof.
He takes a big hack at pitch number one. Wilson hasn't been able to touch any of these Eagles pitchers here tonight. 0-1 count. Bryant goes back inside 1-1. Now we'll give 2-4 the benefit of the doubt last at bat as he got rung up on a pitch that was a little above the waist. As he watches it go 2-1.
Making some good pitches out there.
Bryant's been able to shut down the Canes. Haven't had a lot of base runners, as I said. As he goes high and threatens to have one of his first base runners. 3-1-24 with Whitmore on deck. 20 delivers. Wilson fouls it back and it runs full.
Some good arm side run on that ball.
4 hits apiece. At least in my calculations. 5 runs for the Eagles, 2 runs for the Canes. 3-2 count to Cody Wilson. Bryant comes set, delivers. Wilson somehow tips it off the edge of the bat, keeps 3-2. Again, the Canes hitting that part of the lineup where it's Wilson, Whitmore, Gambrell, Ellison, Allen, and of course Smith and Goodell, and the 8-9. So that one's high, and Wilson pulls it to the second baseman for out number 2. So reached for a ball, barreled it up. Break 2 someone for out number 2, so the Canes down to their last chance. And last chance will be the third baseman of Jackson Whitmore.
Well, I guess it's going around tonight. BXP loses to Daniel 1-0.
So at least if the Canes are on, not lost yet, still got one out to play with, but you'd rather have both teams lose than one of them win. His first pitch is Called for strike one. Bryant goes low for ball one to make it 1-1 to Whitmore. On deck, Benny Gambro. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Bryant delivers that breaking ball. Whitmore lifts one in the left. Left fielder on for the Eagles. And they will control and sweep the Canes, as we will be broadcasting Thursday night. Anderson University. No David Thompson at that, of course.
No, y'all better bring it home. I'll be watching.
I'll, of course, have a color guy with me, but we'll be here on the Wren Broadcast Network as the Canes will take on the Bears for the region championship Thursday night. So we thank everyone for tuning in, and it's always good to be a Cane.